This is a coming of the main attraction. This is a coming of the main attraction. Children of your mind, read the end of time. Serpents wearing business suits with evil on their minds. Only those aware live without a care. Halos coming down and show a flawless victory here.
What's up, Triangle? I'm your host, Jay Rillis, and believe it or not, I'm excited about this show today because what's different about this show than most days, I got a co-host today. Yay! Lyric is here today. She's gonna give her female opinion as I give my awesome opinion that I do so effortlessly. But at the end of the day, today's show today is health and awareness. Because what I find out in our community, and this is not any general demographics, meaning in reference to color or race, is just in both communities, health is a big deal. You know what I mean? And what I mean by health is a big deal, awareness is a big deal, but I'll get to that in a second. Health is a big deal because one thing about it, we're all suffering from these foods with no minerals, no vitamins, no nothing in them. It's almost like unhealthy foods, because if it's not healthy, it's unhealthy. You know, you can say, well, it ain't doing nothing to me. McDonald's ain't doing nothing to me. But you think about it, it ain't doing nothing for you either. So I say all of this to say, let's start focusing on, you know what I mean, the vitamins and minerals that we're not receiving, because a personal experience in my life right now, you know, my mother is having triple bypass surgery right now. And I love that woman. But at the end of the day, she had a real good time with pork and red meat. So to say this is, and you know when you get in your ways and stuff like that, you tend to, you know, think that no one cares or no one is watching. When in actuality, everyone loves you, but if you're not eating the proper stuff, you're not just affecting yourself, you're affecting the whole family. So, you know, I say all that to say health is very important, and it's good to clean those arteries and get the body, you know, at least to functional, you know, to a functional point to where you're not talking about I need a backy enemy, and ain't no such thing as a damn backy enemy. You feel me? So I say all that to say, more of the story we need to worry about it. And the awareness part of the show today is just honestly everybody being aware of what's going on in your neighborhood. It ain't necessarily got to be Durham, Chapel Hill, or Carborough, but what's going on? You know what I'm saying? What's really going on with the police department? What's really going on with the fire department? What's going on with the schools? You know, because we have to inform each other. And if you got a family member that go to these or quote unquote work for the school board and work for the police department, and they're not coming home telling you nothing, y'all might need to stop telling him stuff about what's going on in the house. Or her. Because I look at it like this here, we're a village, and whatever you don't let us know, we're going to be challenged or we're going to suffer behind it, not knowing. You know, the lack of knowledge is the reason why we suffer, not knowledge. So police officers and the family, sometimes you got to let the family know what's happening. Of teachers and conferences knowing that the change is going to happen before it actually happens. You can tell some of these parents so they can be ready. You get what I'm saying? But again, I got a co-host today. You know what I mean? She's a promoter. She's doing big things around here in the Triangle area. And, you know, I just want her to say what's up to y'all. And this is Miss Lyric.
Hello, how y'all doing? I'm so happy to be here on the Jay Rilla Show.
It's the What's Up Triangle, but it's not my show. It's their show.
Okay, I'm sorry. The What's Up Triangle. But yes, talking about some very important topics today. Our people, we need to take care of ourselves. Juices and berries are good for you. Stay away from McDonald's.
Juices and berries.
There are a lot of good things that you can eat. You can mix the vegetables and it tastes just like you had a cup of sugar. There are ways that you can eat without killing yourself and make it look good and it tastes good. Grandma Pork, her pig feet was great. I know. I love them. I love them myself. Chitlins, all of that. They good, but it's not fun.
Hog maws on deck. No, I'm joking. No, I'm joking. I'm playing.
Y'all stop playing.
Yeah.
But this year, at least, try to change one dish. Put one dish that's
Yeah.
healthy and introduce it to the family and try to make it into a tradition or something to change your life so you can live longer.
And I don't want to cut y'all, but I want to do comment on what you said because it's health and awareness. Okay, why can't I get one of my sisters that I find her hair all did up, her hair did, everything looking good, but I can't get her to go work out. I can't get her to come walk with me. I can't get her to come and join, but now they'll join the gym with you. I take that back, they'll join it. But to get them to come, we dealing with a whole nother, entity. What's going on with that? Why our quote unquote, and I'm just gonna deal with our sisters for right now, not calling you out, but calling you out. All right? Because we brothers, you know what I'm saying? We have to keep that, how can I say, the potassium.
Not cut you off.
Yeah.
Ladies, it starts with us, with that right there.
Yeah.
You want that right, you got to get this right. So,
Yeah.
You can't ask for what you're not getting. What you don't look like, what you're not presenting, you can't ask for that. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. So, get it together so you can get something nice.
Something nice. Because it's all about, from last time I heard, everybody is on the pursuit of happiness. You get what I'm saying? And that pursuit don't mean you gonna find it. That pursuit don't mean you ever gonna reach it, but it means that you're never supposed to stop chasing it. So in other words, what I'm saying by that, happiness comes with good health. And happiness comes with knowing your surroundings. Because if you don't know your surroundings, you definitely need to try and somehow mesh with your community, because the community, might as well be the body. Because if you live in that same community, whatever happens to that community affects you. Just like the body. Whatever happened to your body, you can't go to work and do 90 hours.
That's right.
Because guess what? You're sick. Because you didn't take your magnesium, you didn't take your copper to keep all them gray hairs rolling in your face. Tell me, I had gray hair since I was 12. That means you've been needing copper since you was 12. It's nothing that your body doing you wrong. It's just that some people, family, I'll say biological DNA gives them that lack of. Just like some people, family passes lupus, sickle cell, yada, yada, yada. And I'm
all
glad.
of those things can be cured too.
I'm
but
glad I talked about I'm so glad we're talking about this, because everybody talking to barbershop and everybody talking to salons.
Dr. Sebi.
Yeah, Dr. Sebi. I'm finna get into I'm finna turn up. Anyway, what she's basically saying is that there's a doctor that cured Magic Johnson, okay? Because what's crazy is that when they announced that he didn't have it all of a sudden, that's because he did and then he got rid of it. But to tell you that there was a cure would have cost them a lot of money. That $66 billion a year in AIDS research and all of this, you think they want to lose their money? 10 seconds now. If I'm getting $22 million every year and I'm in my Learjet and I find out left eye, talking to some man who really got the cure, and he's cured her because Andre Rison did What's Happening on Her. If you're from Atlanta, you already know why she burned that house.
Okay.
And if you keep thinking if you keep trying to make her crazy and all that, you'd be crazy too if you found out what she found out. So I say that to say, if you're making $22 million a year and your children in private school and your Bentley, you just swapped it out for the red one because the brown one won't looking so hot, and you find out this little, can I say, an ethnic child is literally telling the truth, and through proof, through her healing, through her doctor saying, what happened to you? She was about to come back and tell everybody, hey, look, there's a cure, to this AIDS. There's a cure to all of these blood diseases. Because Dr. Sabian called it a dis-ease in the body. Not a disease, you finna die, you got a disease, you dying. No, Dr. Sabian says a dis-ease. The body can cure itself. Okay? So, I want everybody to look up Dr. Sabian. Dr. Sabian, Dr. Sabian, Dr. Sabian, Dr. Sabian. I'm going to stop for a minute so you realize how important that is. So, with knowing, I'm going to ask you, Miss Lyric, with knowing and you speaking for the women, you know, and I'm talking about all of them, how much you think they going to call Dr. Sabian in real talk?
They ain't calling. They
Oh,
might look
Lord.
it up and they might inquire, but a great majority is
So
not
you don't think
going
nobody
to get
calling?
it.
You think somebody calling?
Maybe one. Maybe one out of our people.
So you mean to tell me out of all them people, you mean to tell me one person might
Maybe-
survive
maybe
and
one.
cure their diabetes and cure?
Maybe one.
Wow, now that's deep coming from the sister
'Cause
to
I
me
put it
right.
out there. I've put it out there. I've extended on Facebook. Let's go work out. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And everybody's, yeah. And
Hey,
then there's
call us,
nothing.
call in too. 'Cause this is a call in
There's
talk
nothing.
show. And I want to hear from y'all because a lot of y'all probably don't agree with me and agree with her. But don't agree with her but agree with me. I probably don't agree with now one of us. But it's your show. But who calling Dr. Sabian to get right? Who calling them so you can feel physically well? And it's, but you know what I'm noticing though? It was a brother, I ain't calling no names. He worked at a fast food joint that I frequent all the time, and I say fast food. Well, it ain't fast food. Let me rephrase, because we're talking about health. That ain't even right. But we're talking about health. But it's not a fast food, it's a breakfast spot. I'll say this. And every time I go through there, you know, I notice I check on him, skin color, yada, yada, yada. I know he has something going on. And I asked him, I said, yo, what's going on with you, bro? You look like, you know, you're dealing with something. So he was just like, yeah, man, I got a liver issue and yada, 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 and I had to have dialysis and this, yada, yada, yada. I couldn't walk for such and such, such. You know what I told him? I said, bro, look up Dr. Sabian. And then I also told him, look up, and y'all can look this up too, Dead Doctors Don't Lie by Dr. Joe Wallace. Dr. Joe Wallace literally was a veterinarian first. And he did it for 20 years, and he was like, hey, why is the animals in the zoo more healthier than the people watching them? And then he went back to school and got his doctorate in the human body another 20 years. You feel me? He went back to school. Then he went to the FDA like, hey, look, only thing we need to do with our people to get them healthy and to get them off of all this medication and this is give them calcium pellets like we do everything else in the zoo. The elephant gets a calcium and mineral pellet. The monkeys get a calcium and mineral pellet. The pelicans, even with their fish, they get a calcium and mineral pellet. How many of y'all taking calcium and minerals every time you eat? 10 seconds. I don't hear the phone ringing, so obviously ain't many of you doing it. So at the end of the day, the point I'm trying to make very simple is, are you living to die or dying to live? I'm gonna say it again. Are you living to die or dying to live? Because there's only one thing you're doing. You're either killing yourself or you're realizing the faults that you're doing to your body and you're trying to rectify them to be sound for your children, for your career, whatever the case may be, your reasons for living. But what I do notice, real talk, is a lot of us rather keep eating pork. And and I don't mean to call my mama out right now, and I love that woman to death, but you can't get her or make her eat something she don't want to eat. So it's almost like I gotta watch you kill yourself slow. You know what I'm saying? And the doctor called me and was straight up and was like, look, I'm not doing surgery on her. We was gonna do a stent, whatever that is. But he said her arteries were so clogged with the red meat that she's been digesting that ain't even gonna help her. So keep this in mind now. If you're constantly digesting red meat, pork, red meat, pork, red meat, pork, white, black, green, gray, you gonna die. 10 seconds. Then they tell you this little thing, And I know you remember this when you were little. Milk does your body good.
Yes, the milk will kill you.
And milk gonna kill you dead. Come on now. And no, I ain't gonna say everybody, cause this audience is very broad. But if you have this color pigmentation, you get your vitamin D from the sun. The sun. Up here, up there. Mm-hmm. Once your mother removed her nipple from your mouth, you ain't never need a lactose ingredients in your body. I'm talking about, if your mama gave you Similac and Enfamil, that's because she ain't want to hurt her teeth or something. I don't know what it is, but she hurt her kid. She hurt her kid because the child only needs mother's natural ingredients, mother's vitamins, mother's, you get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if you're not taking your prenatal vitamins, why do you think they always tell you to take your prenatal vitamins? 10 seconds. And I was just telling you about calcium and minerals. So they make you take prenatal vitamins because they know you ain't got them in you. Why you think everybody, not everybody, the government wants everybody on some type of health care plan? Well, you just think all of a sudden they loving on you. Well, I ain't gonna go there. But they loving on you now. Come on now, think about it now. Your government loving and hugging on you, making you get health care insurance and telling you you could almost get a criminal charge for not getting health care. Mm-hmm. You know why? Because they know everybody in the hood or think they know everything or don't want to know nothing will be the first ones getting sick and the first ones at the hospital tomorrow. Hey, man, I ain't feeling good right now. I don't know what's going on, man. I can't hold. You know, a whole lot of stuff gonna go on. You ain't gonna be able to hold your bowels. You ain't gonna be able to. Let me tell you something. When that body breaks down, expect anything, okay? And expect stuff to pop up by you not taking your body properly. So I took my magnesium today. I got a big bottle, 400 milligrams. It ain't cost me $20, but I know y'all spending $20 on something every other day, about two, 3 times a day probably, but won't get no vitamins and minerals. But don't realize even your party favorites killing you along with the red meat and all of that. But let's get back to you, Miss Lyric, because I'm glad you're here. What I'm realizing is that women are the backbone of the family. And we're going to get to the awareness part now. We'll come to this. The first teacher in the family, and 85% of black families, is the mama. Mm-hmm. The first one to nurture, the first one to care, the first one to show that soft touch, the first one to give you information on how to respond to others is mama. So, women, I'm not bashing. I love my women. Come here, y'all. I love y'all. Mm-hmm. But if you're not giving this information to these children, what good are you are to them? You know, okay, granted, you can pay the bill and the light bill and keep the lights on and all of that. But what about their health? What about their knowledge? Because there's a certain group of people, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they getting their child's Social Security number and all of that and getting credit cards with it, but they're using it to create better credit for that child. So by the time they're in high school, they got 700 beacons. But then you got the other ones putting their light bill in their baby name, and then the child too talking about, why you messing my credit up? He too saying, Mama, hey, what the light bill in my name for? I had a light bill in my name. I ain't even got a job, bro. So when you do that kind of stuff, what you're doing is tearing down your child. You're not building them up. You're actually using them as an scapegoat to fund your little wicked scheme of getting over. Mm-hmm. When in actuality, you could have got a credit card in that child's name and paid the bill with that card and made the opposite effect happen. Then when the child got older, you could be like, you can go to the car lot, get your own car. You got a 700 beacon. You don't need no job. Mm-hmm. You see how that works? Because if you take care of your bills actually take care of you. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And Lyric, I got to ask you, what do you have to say about that? And speaking for the women, knowing they're responsible for these children, knowing they're supposed to keep that in their mouth, you know, until, and then keep the, and look, another thing, Lyric, Give me 2 minutes. Another thing. Have you seen a bear go to a deer and say, hey, I need some milk, man. My cereal getting cold. You ain't got no milk.
No.
Have you ever seen a dog go to a possum like, boy, I'm a little short of milk, man. You got some milk, man. My cereal getting cold. You know why? Because nature don't even drink no other animal's milk. Nature. There's not a bird in the sky or a mammal on the earth or a sea creature that drinks another animal's milk unless they eating them and the milk pop in their mouth while they eat them. But they trying to eat them all together. So the point I'm trying to make is, why are you drinking milk that makes this baby cow 1,200 pounds at 1 year old? And you wonder why your daughter's sitting there looking like Dolly Parton and your son over there looking like, you know, Bruce. You feel me?
Mind you, that cow's been on hormones.
And that cow has been taking all kind of hormones just to keep them running, because they're masculine. They're very big. They're huge, so they have to have this stuff to function. And then, you know, a lot of them sleep standing up, so they got to keep them steroided up so they can be healthy. But you don't understand. Even if they call it G4, they got another one, G4, where you see the cow shaking. And then, you know what it's called when you kill that cow and give it to you and you eat that cow bloody? They call it Parkinson's. Parkinson's. That G4 that was in that cow that had him shaking before you killed him, when he shouldn't even been past inspection. He shouldn't even passed inspection. What you turn around and do is you turn right around, dice them up, slice them up, and be at TGI Fridays telling me, yeah, let me get it raw. Let me get it raw. Might as well say raw. Because I done waited tables and I done seen folks come in there and say, leave the hair on it. And they dead serious. And I'm talking about a bloody piece of meat. Look like it just came straight out of the refrigerator. But they eating it happy because they like, quote unquote, the cannibalistic, animalistic taste. When in actuality, they're getting everything that cow had. So, Lyric, I'm gonna let you talk. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
You know, hey,
It is what it
show.
is,
It's the show. But y'all need to call in though, real talk, because we're here. You know, some of y'all in traffic though. I think they threw me in traffic because I was on Saturdays, but I don't know what happened, but I love them too. You know what I mean? But Lyric, please comment on this on a female aspect, meaning the awareness and the health. Because, I mean, you need to take the mic for a minute and let me watch and see what the women gonna say.
Yeah, us ladies, we need to get back to the breastfeeding, leave the Similac alone. I mean, we make enough that we can pump and have a stockpile while we at work or wherever we going. We make enough that you can do that and refrigerate. Your mama survived, that's how you got here. You was okay without the Similac. That stuff has all kinds of poisons, those shots and everything mandatory, all of that, the flu shot, all of that stuff is full of different things that you really don't want. It's gonna be 20 years later, you're gonna find out that they gave you something that you didn't need and you didn't want.
And you probably can't get rid of it.
You can't get rid of it.
Like luggage.
So yeah, you start with your babies and put them on your breast and don't be ashamed. It's not a bad thing. Everybody has them. They're there for a reason. Animals, women, we got it. We feed our babies. Do it. Take care of your child. And then once you get past that stage, then let's go on to the next. Feed your child right. When they see McDonald's, because McDonald's is designed to entice and mommy, and no.
The toy.
Yeah.
Can't forget the toy.
Don't forget the toy. The toy is the trigger.
Oh boy, that
because
toy
everybody
like,
loves a toy. Yeah.
Eat pork. Eat bad. But you ain't telling the kid, you know what you like. I ain't cooking tonight anyway.
We're going to go get this.
What you want? You want a 10-piece?
No, if you introduce a salad and you introduce a fruit, that's what a child will grow to like. That's what they love.
No, they be like, you want a 10-piece?
No.
Give him an extra sauce. I'm just playing, y'all. Just playing.
They do though. I used to be like that. I used to be like that. So I'm not being hypocritical. I know. I've seen, I've experienced. I have two different sets of generations. Yeah. So I have one set of generation that was McDonald's and Thugger and Lovin', and then I got the other set where my mind is right.
Yeah.
So
that's for the conscious and unconscious.
You know, it's a contrast.
Oh, I went through that too. I went through that too.
But it happens. But we as women, we got to do better for ourselves. You got to start to take care of your children. Don't worry about what that man is doing, because that man is gonna be that man. If you straighten up and fly right, then if he right, he gonna drift on into
ladies,
you.
I wanna cut in. I'm gonna let you finish. Men follow you, ladies. Whatever music you listening to, whatever your favorite rap is, guess what? That's what makes us go out and buy it. Because women spend money, men complain and complain. Because I done had several businesses and sold everything. From baby cribs to car lots.
Yes, sir.
I mean, man. I mean, if I actually told everybody what all I did, y'all think I'm lying. But what I
Amen.
do know is women spend money.
Yes.
Men complain. Men think they smarter than the dealership, the owner, and the car, and won't dare to purchase it, didn't know what was going on with it. So I say all this to say, it's nothing wrong. If you let's go back to the Trinity. I'm gonna go to history. The Trinity was actually man, woman, and child. Okay? And the man, woman, and child concepts comes from Egypt. You get what I'm saying? When Constantine got a hold of that Bible, and you know what he did with that Nicene Creed, look it up yourself, you'll see that I ain't making this up. He created the letter J. Like the J realist. J ain't real. Listen to me. The letter J ain't real. It's Jefe realist. Or it's not no, that's Jeffrey. But the reason why I say that is because there was no J's in the Mayan continent, African continent, or even here. You know what I mean? And in actuality, I learned something new not too long ago, that the Folsom, I'm going to say it again, just like Folsom Prison in California, the Folsom tribe was the longest tribe that ever lived here in the United States. And I want you to look them up and see what they look like. They look like this. How you doing? Folsom. Folsom. So I'm just throwing it up at you that when you know your history, trust me, you can be proud of your family. You can be proud of what's about to happen. There wouldn't be history without black history. Because you got to look at this. 1400s all the way up until now, blacks were enslaved. So we was in the back of the party making the eggs and the devil eggs and the salmon farfalle while the party was going on, while Lincoln was getting shot, while George Washington Apple busted him in the head, while, you get what I'm saying, Babe Ruth hit the favorite baseball out the window. We was somewhere around there like, look at that. And even when Pete Rose didn't go to prison, should have went to prison. Did he go to prison?
No.
He didn't go to prison.
I don't think he
when
did.
Pete Rose should have went to prison, we was right out there, probably made his hot dog. So when y'all realize the world can't and hasn't functioned without the help and the backs of the blacks that were here that built this country. Now, granted, they got a new, can't say that word. They got a new group of folk now. You get what I'm saying? And now they're saying that we're going to be, quote unquote, beneath these new immigrants that are coming from Mexico, coming from all that. When we've been here the whole time. The Folsom, let me get back to it, 16,000 years. They traced the Folsom back right here. Not the Indians. And then you got the Olmecs. That was before the Folsoms. So I say all this to say, obviously we've been here, gonna be here, and gonna be here later. Why you think they picking on you? Melanated people? Why you think you are the target to keep down, to keep poor, to keep badgering? And you know, you look at the news and everything, we the only people killing people. You look at the news, it look like everybody look like me is the baddest people in the world.
They're trying to drive us crazy.
So you can't take on these perceptions because they're not real. You know what I'm saying? Belief means to accept something you don't understand. So I hope you understand that these things are going on because they have to portray this because we are truly multiplying by the numbers, even with the poor dieting. You get what I'm saying? And you know, I don't mean to go to the Bible. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you something. Went to an investment meeting today. You get what I'm saying? People that want to sponsor the show are thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't calling no names or none. Great people, great institution, yada, yada, yada. But you know what? I would have to change basically the open playing field we have now. You see what I'm saying? And I'm really thinking about it like, man, I get 2 jobs before I change who I am. Because y'all gonna wind up appreciating me sooner or later. Y'all might not like me now, but you're gonna love me later. Because if you follow my Facebook page, you follow my website that I'm setting up right now, you will be informed and educated 24 hours, 7 days a week. And then if you take it serious, it'll work in your life, in your family's life. But if you just read like most people on Facebook and Instagram, oh, look at him posting something again. He always talking about like he know everything. You keep that attitude, guess what? You won't know nothing and your kids going to suffer from your ignorance. When if somebody's giving you good food, one thing you can do is at least, if you hate that person that much or what they're doing, research it so you have a legitimate beef on why to be mad at them. But if you won't read a book to dispute the person, that means you just wallowing in ignorance, and ignorance ain't a bad, just mean you don't know. That means some people rather just wallow in the I don't know.
Yes.
You feel me? So all of this, people, listen to me very carefully. It's informative. We must discuss these things. We must constantly keep reminding our children that the little girls that they're beautiful, the little boys that they're handsome and strong. Because when you get to just telling them, do the stanky leg, do the stanky leg, do the stanky leg, that's what he gonna think. That's his future in life, to do the stanky leg. Not, hey, you did good, man. What's your grades? Did you get a smiley face today? Oh, man, me and my son, I ain't gonna even lie. Me and my son, every time he would get and he like 8 now, my baby boy. When he got a smiley face, I'd be like, oh my God, oh my God. And he'd be like, and he would bust out laughing because he was like, Daddy, you're going too far. But you know what he got in the end? My dad is excited because I'm getting good grades.
Yes.
And I would flip out because I'm a big kid. So, we'll be like, and especially when I read him in stories at night and used to change my voice up and go into characters, he would laugh like I told a kiddie, Eddie Murphy comedy joke. I'm talking about laugh. I'm like, Jalen, ain't that funny? It is that funny, Daddy. It is that funny. So like I say, parents, y'all are the first teachers to keep the child aware and healthy. You get what I'm saying? But I said I wasn't going to talk that much. That's why I got to talk to you. I do be talking to her. Yeah.
It's all right.
But callers, call in. This is your show. We're just hosting today and carrying on the conversation so you can add your quote-unquote information. But I do know, like during this time when we're taping, I want everybody to understand that it's basically doing rush hour. You know what I'm saying? For at least the next month or so. So by knowing that, you'll understand why, it's hard to watch this show in traffic. You feel me?
Yes.
So I say that to say, so when you do finally get to see it, just know that the only reason why you weren't able to call in to comment is because of that reason only. But it isn't, the station's fault or our fault. It's actually nobody's fault. It's just the way that it is. So at the end of the day, you still got that number. You can always leave text messages. You can always respond, especially businesses. And this is awareness I got to tell businesses. Salons, barbershops, new businesses. Y'all can come right here on this panel, right where we at, sit right in the corner, cut little Craig head, and I'll beam back to you and let them see, hey, boy, you fired with them clippers. But if you don't come and participate and or support the show, you ain't supporting yourself.
This is the People's Channel.
This the People's Channel. It ain't the J Show like she said. She said it was my show. This ain't my show, y'all. I make it look like it's my show because I'm the only one bold enough to show up and keep talking. I done talked to 30 people, I swear to God. I done talked to so many people, man. Them proud speakers. That's always the loudest one in the barbershop.
Yes.
Always the loudest one at the pool room.
Yes.
And that be the main one. You be like, hey, come on my show and say that. Man, you know what, man?
I can't do that.
You know what, man? I actually, got a doctor's appointment that I cancel, but I'm going to reiterate the appointment just so I ain't got to go with you. I don't know what it is, but fellas, stop being afraid to speak your mind. Because if you're afraid to speak your mind, last time I checked, when you're afraid, they call it being a wimp. And you can be tough and all this, yeah, boy, yeah, I ain't no wimp, I just ain't got to come on the show. All right, great. So keep your comments to yourself because you obviously don't have nothing, anybody want to hear because you want to make sure don't nobody hear it. Okay? So, I even got, members, real strong members, even gang members that's willing to come on this show, Matter of fact, I got one coming up in a couple weeks, and this gentleman is very brave, and he's definitely, you know, not a pushover, but he's willing to come in to teach the children how to stay out of gangs. So again, you know, this show is more than just a platform of discussion. It's a healing. Because you got to look at it. Anybody, okay, let's say when you're on drugs. I'm going to say this because it was health and awareness. First time you're able to recover is when you conversate about it, right? Mm-hmm. You got to admit that you have a problem, okay? And once you admit you got a problem, then the process of healing starts. But if you don't start the dialogue, guess what? You'll be that down low J till your clothes fall off for you and everybody know anyway. Because by the time your teeth fall out, everybody know anyway.
Oh, boy, you see that.
Be like, boy, what happened to your mouth, boy? Boy, what happened to your mouth? Yeah, but moral of the story, man, expound on that for me, Lyric. Because I do, the females need to hear female talk.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. But yeah, back to what we were saying. We women, we got to get it together. Ladies, we have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our children. We have to take care of our men. You are the head of the household, no matter what he says. You the head of the household, you run things. So you have to take the initiative.
made y'all head of the house. Let's clear that up.
Look, we gonna
Margaret did that. And boy, that's my mama name. Margaret did that.
She did do that, but technically, the man is the king, and yes, I do believe that he is over all of that and all of that. But women, you know how we are. We do this. Okay?
But we do appreciate you, though. It ain't about no title now.
We do this.
Because we do keep that child support coming in now.
You know what?
And we do make sure we pick him up.
I don't agree
we
with
pick
that
him
child
up,
support.
don't. No,
I don't agree with that child support. I don't agree, ladies, and I'm
Okay,
sorry. You can hate me if you
expound on
want to.
that.
I don't agree with the child support. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have to force a man to take care of his child.
I agree.
It's you know, he's
That's
either
natural.
gonna be, he is, or he ain't, and you pushing him towards jail and poverty and everything else is not helping you. It's only making him hurt you, hate you, and possibly not even deal with the child anyway.
Yeah.
Just pay his little check and keep it moving.
Now I said that
So-
you knew he was broke when you met him.
Right?
10 seconds. Dun, dun, dun. Did he have a Bentley when you met him? Did he have grade A scores?
Okay.
Did he have an 830 Beacon? Did he have two bank accounts and one full of money and one with a little more than the other one?
When you stole
If
him from
he
his friend.
didn't, why are you sending him to jail? Because y'all had a baby.
Okay.
I'm going to say it again. Because y'all together meshed, or let's go to Adam and Eve. I'm going to speak in Adam and Eve terms. He beguiled you.
Yeah.
He seduced you. And God didn't put enmity between
right.
y'all seeds. He let it happen. He let the seeds mesh and create a beautiful child. So why should only he be punished because you broke and he broke?
That's right.
Boy, I know my phone gonna ring.
Think
No,
it
they
ain't.
ain't. They ain't trying.
They ain't gonna call me though, cause they
gonna
gonna call me no way. I'm gonna tell it like it is.
but expound on
yeah,
that.
it is. That is a hindrance. It's a trap. Let's do the math. Let's say you got a baby daddy and he's supposed to pay $300 a month. He ain't got no job because he done lost his job. So now he's behind on that $300 a month. And it don't matter if he ain't got a job or he ain't working, he locked up or whatever, that $300 a month is still gonna roll around. So let's fast forward 2 to 5 years from now. Now we $10, $20, $30, $50,000 in debt. We owed. He broke as hell. He was broke as hell when it started. Excuse
And you
me.
called the police on him.
And you called the police on him. Now he's
Taking your baby
$50,000 in
daddy
debt.
out of the house and out of their life because he ain't give you
And he
300.
can't get you. He can't come babysit. He can't come spend no time. He can't come do no homework. He can't do nothing but try to work on that $50,000 and duck and dodge from the police. And if he get a job, guess what? 6 months later, they gonna come lock him up and take all his money or get whatever they can up out of him for whatever it is that he's behind, or he's staying there for 6 months, which means that he loses his job and he's got to start all over again when he gets out.
Oh, no,
Not
he
only
loses his license,
Yes,
too. Hold
you
on,
lose
he can't even
everything.
drive.
You can't do nothing.
Look at all these things. You lose your job.
Now
you
he
lose
got to
your
lay
license,
up on a woman that he really don't want, because she
and
gonna
be
take care of
taken
him.
care of like a child himself.
And be called a sorry, no good man because you have helped to
And
make
then
him
you
that
gonna
way.
talk about her, talking about look, and she letting him.
Uh-huh.
She just letting him. How she letting him? He ain't got nothing. She just giving him something to eat and a little booty.
That's all.
That's it.
That's all. She
She
got a
benefiting
comfort,
from
and
him.
he okay.
He driving her car.
Okay.
All right, now let's get out of the community.
Now,
'cause-
oh, wait a
'cause
minute,
I
but I'm
don't
gonna throw
think-
y'all men a bone. I'm
Okay.
gonna throw you men a bone when
All
you
right, catch
first,
it,
when you
fellas.
when you have a baby, and if you see that your girl ain't acting right, she acting kind of shady, before she can take herself downtown
You beat
and
her down
file
there.
that, you beat her down there. But no, let's bypass down there. Forget social services. Go straight to the courthouse
Mm-hmm.
and pay your money for your affidavit of parentage that is your child. So guess what? If you want to, you can walk down the street with your child and she can't say
They call it
nothing to
legitimizing
you.
your
That's your child.
You know, I found that out, and I'm glad you said that because I went through a situation with my son, still going through it. I raised him from 1.5 to almost 7, like a month from his 7th birthday. And, you know, she was always dealing with issues. You know what I'm saying? Staying at with people, trying to get a contract. She's an accountant, but couldn't get a job. So I support. She even went on trips to New Orleans. I remember she went on a trip to New Orleans twice. And the only thing I would say is bring me Jalen. Just bring him to me. Oh, go in on. No, you good because I'm a homebody. I'm a Cancer. I don't mind chilling at the house. You know, I can find a lot to do in my house by myself. You feel me? I don't even need a crew. Stay at home. You know what I mean? But soon as she got involved with a man, it turned to me being her supporter to me being her villain. And I've literally seen my son once in 2 years.
And that's terrible.
I'm talking about, this is right now. The same son, Jalen, I ain't seen him but one time in 2 years because I had to run to Charleston, South Carolina to his grandmother's house over the summer because I know he spends the summer there. I had to pop up on him. And when they saw me, they was like, how'd you get here? Who told you we look? I said, you remember I came here before Sharon got pregnant and y'all didn't think I was going to find it? My son here, I can smell him. Do you get what I'm saying? And when I showed up, me and Grandma made our little piece or whatever, but she went and got him. She went and got him, brought him back. She was like, don't say nothing. He don't know you here. Shh. As soon as he came in, he was like, Grandma, why am I here? I mean, why we ain't leaving that camp? And that, Daddy, what are you doing here? That's exactly what he said. Daddy, what are you doing here? My mama said I wasn't going to see you till I was 10. 10 years old. And you know what I told him? I said, Mama just joking with you. You see I'm here now. I have nothing negative to say about her to him because that's grown-up stuff. So I say all that to say, ladies, if you mad because you ain't with that baby daddy no more, you got more than what you ever asked for. You got his child. And if he cares, you got his heart. You got his heart every day. You ain't got to destroy them to get attention.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, you know, take it easy with the I'm hurting. Because you'll be amazed that for 1,400 years, all us been hurting. 1,400 years we all been hurting. And let me tell you something that you didn't know. Do you know since 1901 up until the present day, Black Americans have only owned 1% of the land in the United States of America. Guess how much they own now? 1%. So you think you came up? You think because you got some rims and some 15 inches and some 6x9s and some Clarion speakers? Let me even change that. You think you all right because you got a little $250,000 debt? And the house, that's debt. If it ain't paid off, it's debt.
That's debt.
You get what I'm saying? And they can take it at any time. But if you got a house paid off, why you ain't owning several of them? And allowing the community to breathe a little bit. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you know, we've turned into islands, everybody. And we've stopped talking to each other about health and awareness. You get what I'm saying? And now we just hanging. We just hanging. Hey, what you do? Ain't that, man? Go eat that, boy. Go eat that. Go eat that. It's almost like what's wrong is right and what's right is wrong now. You get what I'm saying? And what's good is now bad and what's bad is good. You get what I'm saying? And I got to look out for the rappers, though. Because I noticed something the other day. I'm watching them old 70s movies, 72, like Black Girls Revenge. What's the other one? 5 on the black hand side. I'm watching that. Them dudes pants tighter than damn, excuse me. Boy, they had Peter Pan pants on. I'm talking about Nutcracker Sweets. I'm talking about they had pants so tight like Lamont Sanford. I'm watching Lamont Sanford. His nuts in his chest. What's up, Pop? So, y'all getting on Rich Homie and all of them. Man, y'all better go back to them 70s movies.
Look.
Because they had they
Wait a minute.
in a sling.
That was I don't know. It was it's more of them now than it was back then. It won't be.
No, I'm talking about shirt tied right here, butterfly collar, shirt tied a man.
It was
a
little
man.
Weird. It was a little weird, but
I'm talking about loosen the shirt up. He tied it and was sitting there with the Nutcracker Sweets on. But he was supposed to be cool then. You get what I'm saying? So we got to stop beating people up for the same thing they doing that they learn from us. But anyway, y'all, I think we had a great show today. You know, I honestly think we did. We probably down about 2 minutes or something like that. But Lyric, I'm so glad you came. Come back
It was my
next
pleasure.
Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
You know, hopefully we can create a permanent member out of her. But we definitely going to need, you know, people to call in, respond. We got 3 minutes left. And even if, you know, you didn't get your opinion heard the day of the show, you can always text that number and I will reiterate the texts. You get what I'm saying? On air the next time. So, but we're here, okay? Because I got tired of I got tired of watching that all-female view on TV. You know, you see all the females, everybody got a female show talking about everything, but the females don't speak for me. And I'm sure a lot of people like me. So we're going to get a mixed diversity up here. I'm actually looking for the boldest Caucasian woman out there that want to speak on her cultural ethics. Come on, sit on the panel. Because Durham is 50-50. Raleigh's like, I think they're like 70-30. I don't know. But I know Durham like 50-50. And Chapel Hill, you know, probably like 70-20.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But either way, we want to cater to everybody. But if ain't nothing but me and her up here, you know what we going to talk about. So please, come on up here. We'll dialogue about pretty much the same topics and get another version of cultural ethics outside of, you know, my own and even hers. So again, y'all, thanks, man, because the What's Up Triangle show is yours. It's here for you. And if you're able to watch it, you know what I'm saying, and want to comment or donate to the show, please, we accept donations all day long. Because with donations, we're able to come out on locations. We're able to come to your business. We're able to shine a light on those issues you're having with your landlord, possibly. I don't know. It could go anywhere. But if you do not call and do not support, you know, I guess we'll go through the same thing we've been going through. You feel me? You know, well, I ain't. But thanks for calling, y'all. And thanks for calling. And thanks, Lyric, for coming through.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And the What's Up Triangle show, see you next Tuesday. Get excited. Because if you don't, who will? All right? So, yeah, that was a good show. I'm glad. Because I think you spoke for the...
Children, lose your mind. Read the end of time. Serpents wearing business suits with evil on their minds. Only those aware live without a care. Halos coming down and show a flawless victory here. Riders of the night, we came here to fight. Lovers got your number, so release a friend of mine. To people to your seas, soldiers to your feet. Purify and neutralize this rarefied disease. This is a